guys? Doug here, Revin TV. We are at the 9th annual Redneck Rumble in Lebanon, Tennessee, and well, this place is like a combination of a car show, a swap meet, a steampunk rally, everything you can think of all over the place. There's just dozens and dozens, well, more than dozens, dozens of hundreds of cars, and they are everywhere. Not only are there some show cars here, but most of them are just, I don't know how you would call it, works of art maybe, because they're just every kind of thing you can think of. And well, we're going to find out the whole scoop on this show. We're going to meet Jacob. He is one of the promoters of the show. And Jacob, give me a little history on the Redneck Rumble. When did it start? How did it start? What happened?
The Redneck Rumble started about 18 years ago originally. We have one in September, which was our first show. And it started out and was nowhere near the monster it is now.
Yeah, it is a monster for sure, yeah.
It was a smaller deal, but the main thing was just having a show for all kinds of cars as far as old stuff.
And there's a whole bunch of really cool stuff right behind us there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, what would you call it? Because it is a car show, but it's also a swap meet. And I mean, almost like steampunk, right? Where everybody comes out on whatever they've created.
It's a festival type, what it's grown to be.
Yeah.
It's a big gathering.
So what do you think the estimated participation is as far as cars and participants or spectators? How many cars do you think have registered tonight or today?
I have no idea at all.
What's the average? Do you remember what they've been in the past?
A few hundred.
Well,
on a rainy day.
On a rainy day, a few hundred. I think you might be pushing 1,000.
I believe you're right.
Yeah, because of the amounts here.
We fill it up.
And then spectators, so many people just come to see it all.
Oh yeah.
And sometimes buy parts.
Right.
Right. So who had the idea to do this?
My old man.
And your dad,
Scooter Williams.
Scooter Williams, and he came out here and he says, "Hey, I just want to gather all my friends, and then more and more friends."
Right.
So how did that go?
It's been bumpy.
Yeah?
There have been scary times. We've had shows get rained out, people not come out, not want to get wet. And
right. Well, today's not that problem.
Right. We don't have that problem this weekend.
All we have is Canadian smoke, right? Yeah.
Right.
And that I saw we had an air quality warning, but other than that, it's been like in 80s.
Yeah, it's very nice. We got very lucky.
So what's your favorite thing about this event?
My favorite thing has got to be whenever the sun goes down and a few people start to kind of thin out, and you have all the people that camp. And
you have camping on site?
Yes, sir. They'll spend their whole weekend here, all load up together.
Look at that one behind us. That's crazy.
Every campsite's like its own little community, and they all come together.
Yeah, I was trying to bum a burger off a couple guys earlier.
You probably could. They'll feed you.
You probably would have, but I found another place to go, but that's okay. Yeah. Anyway, so that's just totally cool. And do you see different things every year?
Oh yeah, every year there's a mess of cars that I've never seen in my life before.
And it seems like people just throw anything together just to come to this show.
Yes, sir. They will spend from the September show all the way up until the June show working on something just to get it here.
And the creativity is just off the charts with these guys because, well, I mean, I've seen some stuff here that literally, I mean, I can't even describe it. It's just so crazy how they do it. So, I mean, like that bike that just went by there. I mean, they're all over the place. And this jalopy, I guess you could call it a jalopy, coming down the road right now, that is, well, I mean, these guys know how to keep them running.
Oh yeah.
And they do. And it's just the craziest thing. Well, Jacob, I appreciate you spending this few minutes with us and giving us an insight as to what the show is all about. So thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Hey guys, we're going to go see what's out there. everybody, Doug here from Revin TV. We are in, where is it? Lebanon, Tennessee, and we are doing the Redneck Rumble. And this car right behind me is a Ed Roth car that was found and restored. And the funny thing is, his son is right there.
Hey, baby, what's really going on?
This is Little Daddy.
Hey,
is that right?
That's right. We're hanging out at the Redneck Rumble in Nashville, Tennessee. Well, actually, I guess it's Lebanon County Fairgrounds, right? Wilson County.
Wilson County Fairgrounds, yeah. But we're in Lebanon,
yeah.
Exactly.
We're here. It's a beautiful day. And if you don't come out here right now, dude, you're missing out.
So tell me your favorite thing about this show so far that you've seen.
Fiddler's Grove. Fiddler's Grove.
Fiddler's Grove?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's crazy. I love it over there. I went over there and took my picture by everything, the original Cracker Barrel and all that stuff.
We'll have to go over and check that out.
Yeah.
So behind me is one of your dad's creations, right?
Yeah.
What is that?
This is one of the Outlaw bodies, and it's got a grill like off the Tweety Pie on it, because Dad never made a mold for the grill, but he did make a mold for the back. So, well, before my mom and dad signed a contract with Revell Model Company, what happened was he got into this deal where he was going to sell a few bodies of this.
Right.
And they sold a few bodies, you know, but after 3 bodies, and they signed the contract with Revell, they didn't want no more Outlaws out there.
Right.
So now you're, you know, my
Keep it
dad's
exclusive, right.
15-year contract. So the first year that this came out, they sold 1 million models of this kit.
Wow.
Dad didn't want no more bodies out. So what they did, the few bodies that were out there have been found by people now, and they really just took over. You know, this Neil Sitters bought this one and fixed it up, had a small block Chevy in it, put the 35 truck grill on it, but it still has the original body of the Outlaw on it that was pulled out of the mold by my dad in 1959. Him and Ed Fuller.
Still clean.
Yeah,
I mean,
well, there's a lot of work on it. I mean, he redid the bottom, as you can see in the mirrors.
Right.
But, you know, all inside underneath this upholstery, you can see where Dad hand laid this body up.
And that's
you know.
beautiful stuff, man. He did a great job. And
Yeah,
it's
this guy
all
did.
that look from the 60s.
Yeah.
I mean, this is almost like an, you know, well, an Archie's kind of a look. You know,
Yep.
Jughead would have driven this around.
Yeah. But, you know, the signature look in the back with the Outlaw 59 Cadillac tail lights and the whole deal.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Leaf springs.
And you got the racing slicks,
Yeah.
That's-
Cheater slicks.
cheater slicks.
Yeah. I think the original Outlaw with the eyebrows over the, you know, grill in the front,
Right.
that was a Cadillac engine, Dad, using that.
Oh.
But, you know, the bodies weren't like, you know, these were all shaped with grinding, just hard plaster before we put my vermiculite in. So, like as a child, my dad used to put my brother in here when he had to babysit him. He'd put him inside the Outlaw because my brother was just a little
And he would
kid.
fit perfectly.
Yeah.
In there, yeah. And couldn't get into too much trouble.
Right,
But, yeah,
exactly.
I love it.
But it took a while to build, like I said. But when the model came out, and they sold 1 million of these models the first year, my dad and mom didn't want no more out. So there was like 3 of these bodies, and like, you know how people are now, they like chase stuff down and find the old nostalgia stuff. And
they do.
Found this rare car in a barn and pulled it out, and the guy goes, I forgot I even had it. You know what I mean?
I know, that's where
Yeah.
the barn finds are crazy. You find out what people stuffed away and forgot about.
Right. And
That's
like, I
amazing.
only thought there was like 2 of these bodies out there, but there was 3 because like Dad sold one to a race car guy that used to race it at Lions.
Nice.
And then that one came down to Louisiana, and that's where Elrod found it.
Wow.
So you never know where your stuff's going to
All
end up.
over the place, yeah.
Yeah,
All
it's just
over
like
place.
the road agent. The guy from Nike Shoes owns that now.
That's
You
cool.
know what I mean? Yeah, it's just like Galpin Ford has a lot of them. But
Wow.
like then some of them like disappear where like Nike owns it and the guy just like has too much money and has it stored somewhere. Or the Druid Princess,
Yeah,
a big
yeah.
dollar guy owns it. Ian Roussel's Space Junkie 2.
Yeah.
Some rich guy in Vegas just owns it and keeps it hidden in a climate controlled. But you know, because sometimes you just have too much money, you want to own it.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
yes.
Big Daddy told me there's
And
people
then,
like
and
that.
then they hide it away.
Yeah, exactly, where it shouldn't be.
Why would they do that? I don't get that. If you own it, I would think you'd want to show it off.
Yeah, that's why we gave the new Beatnik Bandit to the National Automobile Museum up there in Reno.
That's cool.
And I gave the Streetnik Bandit to Mel Martin's museum in Phoenix. You know, it's
been
good
around.
that people see those.
Yeah.
You know, instead of me having to store it or you having to, someone having to store it and just so I can say I own it.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm a car guy, I drive. Just like
Well-
I drive my Hemi
Oh, that's
everywhere,
cool.
you know what I mean?
I love that car too.
Yeah, that's my daily
That's
driver.
Your daily driver back there? Oh man, and you did it off Roth style, so that's
Yeah,
cool.
I use my paint to fix it up and stuff.
Yeah.
Because you can buy a 16-year-old, $10,000 car and fix it up to be really nice, if, you know.
Exactly.
And that's what my dad always did.
Yeah.
When I was in '65, when I was 10, my dad had a '55 Chevy with a Ford motor in it. You know, that he used to tow
I
this
gotta
car
tell
with.
my friend Ricky, he's a total Ford guy, and he hates when they do it the other way around and
Yeah.
put the Chevy motor in the Fords. So yeah, I'm just telling him
The
about
engine and
that.
trans out of my dad's '55 went into the Orbitron.
Oh, nice.
Because it was a 2-speed, you know,
Yeah.
power glide. And Dad said he didn't care about the 390. He wanted the C6 trans that had 3 speeds because
Right.
he couldn't tow the Beatnik Bandit with a power glide.
No,
it was just
no.
like on the throttle or, you know.
Exactly.
So
Yeah, wow, that's something else.
good times. Get on down here to Redneck Rumble.
All right. Well, hey guys, we're gonna head out and see what else is out there. So you guys
Revan.com TV.
Thank you. RevanTV.com.
Revan TV. I just said RevanTV.com.